Hi, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of the Girls Who Cried Wolf podcast. I'm Laura,
I'm Summer.
and we're so excited. We just had a tiny technical
There
difficulty,
have been many
but
technical
bear with
mishaps.
us. Hopefully, the sound is good enough for your ears.
It will be better next week.
It will be, we're learning.
Yeah.
So we wanted to do an introduction episode so you guys could get to know us a bit, like as people and also as books in a sense.
Yes.
So, what are we doing?
Cool. Did we want to introduce with how we met?
Okay. Do you want to tell the
Because
story?
this is a fun story.
This is our favorite story to tell. By the way, Summer and I
everyone-
hang out together
Yeah.
every single day, and we tell every single person we meet
Matching
this
set.
story. Yeah,
People hate us for this,
Yeah.
but it's fine.
it's okay.
Um,
Anyways,
We met on TikTok.
no, that's
Five-
no. We met the first day,
Yes.
and then I woke up to Summer, and I'm like, "Hello, is your name Summer?" And she just looks at me like I had three heads, and then I recognized you because
Yes. Because we had been social media mutuals for like 6 years prior.
Yeah, which is really weird because I did
Um,
not grow up in the same country as
No.
Summer
Like,
at all.
weirdest thing.
Yeah,
the
no
world.
mutual friends, nothing.
Terrifying.
And for some reason, we both followed each other on Instagram as well. Because I didn't really
Really
follow
weird.
other people.
No.
Like, you've been following me for 4 years.
So bizarre. Anyway,
The one person we didn't have to ask, what's your Instagram at Freshers, which was really nice.
That was
very
very nice.
refreshing.
yes.
Also, I think we should explain why the podcast has its name.
Yes.
We're obsessed
Yeah.
with the Virginia Woolf building. Rest in peace, Virginia Woolf building. It's
Yeah.
so sad.
Devastating.
We actually used to go every day for 2 weeks with
Yeah.
mounds of books. We
Oh my
took
god,
so
because
many
they were
books
closing down.
because they were closing
getting rid
down
of all
and
the free
giving
books.
giving us all these
Yeah.
free books, and I just don't think we took enough, to be honest.
We took like 50 each.
Yeah, I got, oh my god, what was
That's
your
fine.
favorite book that you got? I got a set,
Mine's
a
blank.
3-volume set of Emily Dickinson
Yeah.
poems, and it's the
Nice.
most stunning book bound
Yeah.
set ever.
I actually got a Virginia Woolf on theme biography, so
That's fab.
that was good.
Yeah, we got so many good books. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
why Girls Who Cried Wolf, Two
Great
O's,
Yeah.
Virginia Woolf, literary podcast. You see the vibes,
Yeah.
King's Connection. There we go. I think that's all
Yeah.
the admin done.
Very good.
So our plan today is to go through our 5 favorite books. I think you can tell
Yeah.
a lot by someone's favorite book.
Yeah.
I think we have
Yeah, I
one
mean-
the same as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, there's going to be a lot of overlap, but
We kind of
That's
have the
fine.
same 2 brain cells now. We're
Yes.
at that level of friendship.
We are, yeah, twin telepathy,
Twin telepathy, truly.
for real.
Do you want to start
Um,
off? What's your number 1?
I hate to say this now, but I will,
Oh,
I
sorry.
will come to that. I mean, I always struggle when someone asks for a favorite book because,
Mhm.
I mean, being English students, I think we're kind of the least likely of any people to have one distinct favorite,
That's true.
personally.
That's very true.
Maybe I'm just indecisive. But I'm always tempted to say The Bell Jar.
That's usually what I
Which-
say
yeah.
as well. Yeah, it is
Just
on my
because-
list.
Classic. And I think nowadays it's more just sentimentality.
Mm-hmm.
I read it at the very ripe age of 12.
Yeah,
Don't know about you.
same.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Why do you like The Bell Jar? Laura?
Well, first, let's give it a bit of a background
Yeah.
in case you haven't read
Cool.
it. So, The Bell Jar is a novel by Sylvia Plath, her only novel, published in 1963. And I'm just going to read the blurb out quickly. The Bell Jar chronicles the crack up of Esther Greenwood, brilliant, beautiful, enormously talented, and successful, but slowly going under, maybe for the last time. Sylvia Plath masterfully draws the reader into Esther's breakdown with such intensity that Esther's insanity becomes completely real and even rational, as probable and accessible an experience as going to the movies. Such deep penetration into the dark and harrowing corners of the psyche is an extraordinary accomplishment and has made The Bell Jar a haunting American classic. I feel like that really summarizes it well.
Yeah, I think so.
Very poetic, a lot more than we could have done, I think.
Yeah, and I think a large part of the reason that I loved it was how seen it made me feel
Mm.
at the time of reading it. Maybe not so much as a 12-year-old, but when I reread it later,
Yeah.
15, 16. Yeah, I don't know, just
No, I'd say I'm the same. Like the concept
Yeah,
of like having this thing to describe and like maybe
yeah,
going through a bit of a tougher time when I was like 12,
yeah.
13, and like being able to like of course like we were reading Sylvia Plath at like 12 years old. Like that makes so
And
much sense.
where are we now?
And where
Where
are
can
we
we,
now
yeah,
indeed.
you know,
But it just was helpful to like have something to conceptualize
yeah,
in, and I think Plath writes so
yeah,
so beautifully. We are aware that it is racist in parts. We
yeah,
are not condoning the racism,
not
just
remotely.
not remotely at all.
But just I think,
We're also condemning Ted
yeah.
Hughes. Sorry, I
Oh
hate
my
Ted
God,
Hughes. I hate
Ted
him so
Hughes.
much. I personally would go to Sylvia Plath's grave and scratch the Hughes bit out if it's not
Yeah,
been scratched out enough
it's already
already.
been scratched out.
Well, maybe
It
not
has been,
enough.
maybe. Yeah. Um, yeah, piece of crap.
Number one op, literally
Number
number one op.
one op.
It sucks. Like so many women, like their husband, like
Yeah,
he hates you. Like he
yeah,
actually hated her. Like we could have had like
yeah,
we don't even know how much more literature we could have had
yeah.
from Plath if it wasn't for that evil, evil man.
Evil man.
Evil man.
Yeah.
Ran over.
Okay.
Is it
Ted
though?
Hughes.
We
Side
hate
note.
you. Yeah.
Finished. No, I think there's certainly something to be said about enjoying literature that you can relate to in some way.
Hmm.
And I think that reflects a lot in the rest of this list as well.
Yeah. I think a
Uh,
lot of the books I've chosen are also books that I've reread,
yeah.
and I rarely reread a book.
Yeah.
And I definitely have reread The Bell Jar
No,
like
for
maybe
sure.
three
Yeah.
times at least, maybe
Yeah.
four.
Easy.
So for me, considering we read like 30 books minimum a year, like rereading
Yeah.
one, you're special.
Yeah. Academic year. Like,
Academic year, yeah. Don't even count the summer.
yeah.
Didn't go this well this summer
Yeah, but
though.
no, I think rereading something for the both of us really signals a deeper level of enjoyment.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
My number two on
Um,
the list is also a book that I reread a lot. I haven't reread it in a while. I really should. But it's An Abundance of Catherines by John Green. It came out in 2006. So this is the blurb for the book. Colin Singleton's type is girls named Catherine. He has dated and been dumped by 19 Catherines. In the wake of the K-19 debacle, Colin, an anagram-obsessed, washed-up child prodigy, heads out on a road trip with his overweight, Judge Judy-loving friend Hassan. Colin is on a mission to prove a mathematical theorem he hopes will predict the future of any relationship and conceivably win the girl. And basically, yeah, it's just really funny. Like it's that blurb is such a John Green book. Like it's
yeah.
just so random,
Yeah.
and weird. And I read it when I was younger, and I reread it a few times. I just thought it was so good, and it's really mathy, and I hate maths, so for some reason I really enjoyed it more than I would expect. Like there's a lot of high level math in that book, because it's basically
Yeah.
he's like plotting this chart of like dumper and dumpy.
Sure.
So he's like mathematically trying to like prove it like over time of
Okay.
relationship, over like blah blah whatever.
Yeah.
And they
That's really interesting.
yeah, John Green actually got a mathematician to like fact
Yeah.
check it.
That's that's not something that you would see typically, really.
No, no. And then this book did
I
get
think,
me
yeah.
into a lot more John Green, because then I read
Yeah.
Paper Towns, I read Fault in Our Stars,
Yeah.
Looking for Alaska, etc. And that
Looking
was
for Alaska.
I feel like
Oh.
you're more of a Looking for Alaska girl.
I was such a Looking for
I
Alaska
was
girl.
the Fault in Our Stars girl.
Yeah. Oh.
That was the first book I actually ever
Alaska
bought.
Young, my
Your queen.
my angel.
I see the
love her.
resemblance, actually.
I used to be obsessed with her. Obsessed.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that necessarily.
Yeah.
It makes sense now that you say it.
Yeah. And I think oh God, it's like horrible to think about, but I watched the show as well, and then I definitely like tried to emanate more of her, which is embarrassing retrospectively. Yeah, fantastic.
I
Love
think John Green was really like a big start for a lot of people
Yeah.
in reading that I know.
No, for sure. Yeah. Like a lot of the friends that I talked to as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone was obsessed.
Yeah, I am still obsessed with
Yeah.
Mr. John.
Like Cara Delevingne in Paper Towns.
Oh, stop.
Oh my
Don't
God.
even.
Yeah.
My thing was like after I read The Fault in Our Stars, which was the first book
Yeah.
I ever bought by myself, which was crazy.
Aw.
Which was very cute.
That's so cute.
But I would put like a cigarette in my mouth and I'd be like, I'm not giving it the power to kill me, blah 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 blah, and then I started
Oh
smoking.
my God.
And I would go around with my red Converse and be like, I have red Converse, and I listen to Neutral Milk Hotel, which is a banging
Yeah.
fucking. Oh, sorry. Can I swear? Yeah, I can swear.
Yeah, you can swear.
It's
Oh.
a banging band. I love them.
Yeah.
I adore them. If you don't listen to Neutral Milk Hotel, you definitely should. And that was
Nice.
from that
Yeah.
book.
Fair. Yeah.
Anyway, what's your number two?
My number two is actually quite a recent read and not something I've reread to contradict our previous point. But it's called Au revoir Tristesse, and it's it's lessons in happiness from French literature.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of parodies Bonjour Tristesse by Francois Sagan. And it's something of like a light-hearted look at how to bring humor, like joie de vivre, into our lives through French literature. It's by this woman called Viv Groskop. She's fantastic. I don't know if you've read any of her.
No, you read this second semester, right?
I think I read it over the summer actually.
I remember
was-
I remember seeing it on your story.
Probably.
But I guess I'm
Yes.
just a stalker.
Yes.
Summer's mom thinks I'm a stalker.
Because of how we met. Anyway. Yeah. But like, yeah, brief summary. She was a writer, comedian, journalist. She studied the language obsessively, starting at age 11. Spent every vacation in France, and she was very like desperate to escape her Englishness and have some of that French chic rub off on her, which
Okay.
I think we can all relate to a little bit.
We all want some of the French chic.
We all want some of the French chic. And she made a book about that, and it's great. But I think reading that, following reading Bonjour Tristesse when I was about 17, which is the same age as the narrator of that book,
Mm-hmm.
Cecile. I don't know, it really resonated, and I think, yeah, it's basically just about how we should care a little bit less and, live in the moment more.
I think
very,
it's
very
really cool how you read them like back to back.
Yeah.
Because I've really been enjoying doing
Yeah.
that this year and last year
Yeah.
with all the books we took, like from Virginia Woolf being so similar to a lot of our modules, like
Yeah.
reading something and then in my own time reading more and like actually
Yeah.
being able to fully immerse myself. And our transitions are actually so smooth
Yeah.
because I also have a book that I read back to back.
Yeah.
So last year we read Antigone.
Yeah.
By Sophocles. That was published in 442.
I
But
remember that.
yeah.
It was a great year.
That was just like a few years ago.
Vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Antigone's always been my favorite Greek character because I read the version by Jean Anouilh in French class when I was in secondary school. So I reread the Theban play, and then after that, this book that I got from Virginia Woolf, like it was called Antigone Undone. It was like this tiny little like book, and it's by Will Aitken, and it came out in 2018. So I'm just gonna read the blurbs out quickly and then explain why it's so close to
Yeah.
my heart. So for the Sophocles Antigone, the curse placed on Oedipus lingers and haunts a younger generation. The daughter of Oedipus and Jocasta, Antigone is an unconventional heroine who pits her beliefs against the king of Thebes in a bloody test of wills that leaves few unharmed. Emotions fly as she challenges the king for the right to bury her own brother. Determined but doomed, Antigone shows her inner strength throughout the play. And then for Antigone Undone, it is Antigone Undone offers an urgent and mesmerizing account of the creative and destructive power of great art. In 2015, Will Aitken journeyed to Luxembourg. Yes, Luxembourg mentioned.
Yes.
For
Big
the
up
rehearsals and premiere of. This is why I love this book because I read
Yeah.
Luxembourg first page, and I was like, I'm hooked. Like,
Yeah,
tell me about
sold.
my people. For the rehearsals and premiere of Anne Carson's Antigone. In watching the play, he became awestruck with the plight of the young woman at the center of the action. Transfixed by the strange and uncanny power of the play, he finds himself haunted by its protagonist, finally resulting in a suicidal breakdown.
Oh.
With a backstage view of the action, Aitken illuminates the creative process of Carson, Binoche, and Van Hove and offers a rare glimpse into collaborative genius in action. He also investigates the response to the play by Hegel, Virginia Woolf mentioned, Judith Butler, and others who too were moved by its timeless protest against injustice. Sorry, that was a mouthful.
No.
But we actually read Antigone back to back with Home Fire by Camilla
Yeah.
Shamsi, and that book was so good.
That was such a fantastic class as well.
That
Oh.
was our favorite class last
Yeah.
year. It was, and our seminar was really nice.
Yeah.
Even though it ended at like 6 p.m. on a Friday, but it was
Oof.
just, it
Yeah.
was fun. But yeah, reading Antigone back to back with Home Fire and then reading that back to back with Antigone Undone was like, I also was possessed by the
Oh,
spirit of
that's
Antigone. I did
fantastic.
not have a suicidal breakdown.
I
I
feel like you just
actually,
like ascend. It's like
yeah,
a new plane of, yeah,
it was a new plane
fantastic.
of love for Antigone that I
Yeah,
didn't think I could reach because I already love her so
yeah,
much. But yeah, obsessed with Antigone.
sick.
Love her so much. Love her,
Yeah,
my queen. Don't care for the rest of the Theban plays.
yeah,
Oedipus is very freaky.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So that's my 2 cents on
yeah.
that.
My number three is Slouching Towards Bethlehem, Joan Didion,
Ugh,
Queen,
queen.
Queen, love her. And I
Yes,
guess
Joan Didion
yeah, I'll just start
mentioned.
by, of course, reading like a little bit of a summary as well. So it was the first non-fiction work by one of the most distinctive prose stylists of our era. Joan Didion's Slouching Towards Bethlehem remains, decades after its first publication, the essential portrait of America, particularly California in the 60s. Focuses on subjects such as John Wayne and Howard Hughes, growing up as a girl in California, ruminating on the nature of good and evil in a Death Valley motel room, and especially the essence of San Francisco's Haight-Ashbury, the heart of the counterculture. And I think I read this a few years back, and I think it was my first Didion. It was a birthday present, and I think that reflects
Everyone
largely on
remembers
my
their first
tastes.
Didion.
Everyone remembers
Yeah.
their first Didion. Fantastic. I love her. And yeah, I recently read Year of Magical Thinking as well. Also a fantastic read. But I kind of just love what she does with kind of morality and have you read
I haven't
Bethlehem?
read
No.
Bethlehem. I've read Year of Magical Thinking
Yeah.
and I've read a lot of her essays.
Yeah. But it's great. I think, yeah, how she subverts morality and what she does with her narrator, who is, yeah, it's fantastic. Like,
But I really like Joan Didion because I was getting into I was reading a lot of short stories over the summer and mostly essays because I did find myself like whenever I was doing something and I had like a 5 minute break, I hate being a phone scroller. We were so good last year and now
they
we've
were great.
fallen back into the pits of like sending each other the worst Instagram reels ever.
Oh God, no.
We decided for Lent that we were gonna give
Yeah.
up Instagram.
Yeah,
Well, was it all social media or just Instagram?
it was all of it for me.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
only have Instagram, so
Yeah, I only had like Instagram and TikTok, and I deleted both of those.
yeah, and that was the best
Yeah,
3 months of my life, to be honest.
fantastic.
Yeah, I think we should
Just-
go back to it.
I really want to, and I also really want a flip phone.
I have, well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's not, it,
Sorry,
maybe in different circumstances. I was
Yes.
robbed. I was violently robbed last year. I was standing outside and a man punched me in the face and he ran away on his Lime bike and with
ran
my
away on
phone.
his Lime bike.
Huh?
He ran away on his bike.
Yeah, he pedaled away on his Lime bike
Yep.
and I was running after him to no avail.
Yeah.
He also took off 4 of my acrylics and my phone strap, which is difficult to take off 4 acrylics. Like,
Yeah.
that is force. And
Yeah.
this was all while I was on the phone with my friend Tatiana. Hi, Tatiana. And she was on FaceTime and she saw the whole thing happening and was laughing at me.
Yeah. Mental.
But then I got a pink flip phone. It was actually really cute and
It
I
was
really
cute.
liked it.
And you had your little CD player.
I did.
Your
I
little
had
Walkman.
I had
Yeah.
a portable CD player that my friend Sky gave me. Hi, Sky. That Sky gave me, and I just went around with. Sorry, I'm really hungry. Okay. Yeah, went around with my CD player, and do you remember me rocking up to exams with my
Yes.
flip phone CD
Yes.
player? Like, what else did I have? I had everything like
Yeah.
physical,
Yeah.
and I looked a bit silly.
No, but you were happy and you were carefree. Obviously,
I was
the
actually so
circumstances weren't
carefree.
ideal.
Have you ever tried to FaceTime your bank off your laptop?
I've seen someone do that, and I wonder who that would be.
That was me.
That was me. That wasn't.
But yeah, no, I'm definitely like I miss having
Yeah.
a home computer and a home
Yeah.
phone.
Because we've gone a little bit off piece here, but
That's fine.
that's fine.
That's just the show, guys. Sorry.
I read this article, I could not find it for the life of me, but it was kind of saying how, like, do you struggle to respond to text?
I never answer.
Yeah. Like, I will see.
That's
I will
a very
see
funny
something.
question, Summer. Thank
No.
you. Haha.
No, but I'm exactly the same. I have so many unread messages all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I was reading this article and it was essentially like, 20 years ago, less than, you would only have a phone at home and people don't constantly have that access to you
Yeah.
that they do now with everyone having smartphones. Like, you can text someone on the other side of the world and they'll hear from you in like an instant. But I think having that gap where you have your own life and then you go home and then you kind of review,
Mm-hmm.
like, you communicate with people, but they don't have instant access to you. And I think that's why we have that fatigue now with
Yeah.
responding to people.
Yeah, I think
know.
so.
I don't know how that relates to this whatsoever.
Well, I think it relates a lot because, to be honest, when I didn't have my phone, I was reading a lot more.
Yeah,
And, like,
for sure.
honestly, just reading
Yeah.
for the sake of reading, like, reading magazines and reading
Yeah.
newspapers and,
100%.
like, it's just fun.
Yeah.
I was just sat waiting for a
Yeah.
class the other day, and I picked up a copy of Roar, and I just sat and read
Yeah.
it for, like, 5 minutes. It's like,
Yeah.
why does no one do this anymore?
But, like, the go-to is just... But, yeah, I think there's a real, like, ease with which we just, sit on a tube, wait for a bus, wait for a class to start, and you just don't know what to do, so you just go on your phone. And
Yeah.
you just scroll through the weather app. Like,
Yeah, literally. I'm like, I need to get a
what's
flip
the weather
phone.
like in Tokyo today?
Please
I don't
get a
know.
flip phone, and then we can document
Can
my
we
flip
please
phone
get flip
experience.
phones?
I
Yes.
have one. I still have it.
Yeah, well, I'm not using it.
Well,
Yeah.
no.
No, we're both
No.
getting flip phones.
I've been lazy, to be honest.
Yeah.
I really want to get them, like, Bluetooth connected
Mm,
home phones. I think that's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
That's really chic to me.
that's
Like, if you have a
really chic.
voicemail, it's really chic.
So cool.
I think we should, yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be our
I want
adventure.
an answering machine. I would be a way less stressed person if I had an answering machine.
I think so too, because then you just sit down for 10 minutes, you
Yeah.
just answer everyone, and then keep going
Yeah.
about your day.
Yeah.
For sure.
Easy. Great time.
I think we need to invest in that. Let's
Anyway.
move on, however. Speaking of books, my segues. I'm so proud of myself
Yeah.
today. So, another one I chose, this is not like the first Orwell I read, but it's the one that maybe struck me the most. It's called Books versus Cigarettes, and it was published in 1946 by George Orwell, and it's a collection of his essays. Now, I'm thoroughly an Orwell fan. I did used to, like, oh my God, basically this one time, my dad used to coach rugby, and so I went to this rugby summer camp, and I didn't want to play because I was at, like, that awkward age. Anyways, I was terrified, so I
Yeah.
sat in a shed and I read Animal Farm
Is that okay?
when I was like 10, 11.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
I think-
how did that make you feel?
Well,
Yeah.
let's think about my trajectory into communism. And, like, the age at which I started
Oh my
reading,
God.
like,
And
anti-capitalist
what age
literature.
was that?
Like, I was like year 6.
Nice.
Yeah. But
Nice.
I stole my dad's copies of 1984 and
Yeah.
Animal Farm and loved them. But
Yeah.
I had never read, like, Orwell essays, and I feel the same way about Orwell essays that I do about Didion essays, and I
Mhm.
love them.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of prefer the essays to their
No,
novels
for sure.
because I feel like they're essay writers who wrote novels rather
Yeah.
than novel writers who write essays. Like, Odessa
I absolutely
Moshfegh
agree.
is
Yeah.
a novel writer who writes essays.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, I absolutely agree.
So basically the blurb of the book is beginning with a dilemma about whether he spends more money on reading or smoking. George Orwell's entertaining and uncompromising essays go on to explore everything from the perils of secondhand bookshops to the dubious profession of being a critic, from freedom of the press to what patriotism really means. Like, every
Yeah.
single word in that is what I'm obsessed with.
Fantastic.
I also saw it and I was like, do I spend more money on books or cigarettes? I think I don't know the answer. I would guess
Yeah.
cigarettes at the moment,
like
but that's
that.
because we stole so many books. We took many books that
Yeah.
were being offered to us, so I've
Yes.
got enough reading material
We
for a while.
procured some
But I did
books
just put a humongous
free
book
of
order
charge.
in.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
but that was because I needed it for school, for
Yeah.
uni, not for school.
School. Yeah.
But
Cool.
yeah, do you have a favorite essay? Anyways, I really enjoyed reading it
Yeah.
because sometimes I get in a reading rut because we do read so much
Yeah.
that it gets exhausting,
Yeah.
and all I want to do is just read something really short,
Like an opinion piece.
like an
Just-
opinion
oh,
piece, like
yeah.
an essay, and it was good because I could just bring this around with me basically, and
I think they're absolutely great to get out of ruts. Like,
yeah,
you know, a
just
book.
read it really quick on the
Unless it's
tube.
incredibly engaging, you're not gonna get yourself out of a rut with a book,
hmm
in my experience.
Sometimes you just have to force yourself to read, unfortunately, which is a horrible thing to say, but with the failing attention spans and such, like
Yeah.
it is a bit mad to me how much
Yeah.
people don't read.
Yeah.
Maybe we're just freaks. I think we're just
Social
the
media
freaks.
is the demise of
Truly.
society.
I don't think people read as much as
Yeah.
no, I don't know. I don't know if people read more now or if they used to read more 50 years ago because I know
Yeah.
book sales are at like all-time high.
Yeah.
But, like, are we reading those books? Or are we
That's
just
true.
buying them?
And
Much to
then,
think about.
yeah, performative reading.
Mm-hmm.
But this is niche. You know those like Instagram reels that you see where there's like a time lapse of someone doing like parkour in Minecraft and then they overlay like a story time?
Yeah.
Like people can't sit through a minute of that.
Oh my god, sorry, I just got a flashback to, you know, that one 1975 concert when Matty Healy put the Subway
Oh my
Surfers up
god.
by the lyrics or
Yes.
something.
Just some people, yeah, but I mean, I would pay attention. And I hate to say that, but like our attention spans are
They're so bad.
failing.
I got into Instagram Real Beef once. I'm always getting into Instagram Real
Oh,
Beef,
no.
by the way, because I comment all the time. But I don't say mean things. I just think that everyone is kind
Yeah.
of stupid, and sometimes I need to
Yeah.
tell them that. But anyways, this stupid person in this case was someone who was like, when I can't concentrate, I just put all my work into PDF to AI or something.
PDF to brain rot.
PDF to brain rot.
Oh
There we
my
go.
god.
And
Yeah.
I commented, I was like, this is kind of sad.
Yes.
Like, it's kind of crazy if you don't read.
Yeah.
And then all the comments called me ableist. They were like, actually, I have ADHD and you're being
Okay.
ableist. And I was so like,
But
sorry, maybe I sound like a conservative male right now, but like, I
No.
was attacked. I
I
was attacked in the
completely
comments.
agree.
People were commenting on my Instagram post saying I was stupid and ableist. Like,
No, but
when
okay.
literally all I said, this is kind of mad.
To a certain extent, I can understand the appeal of something like PDF to brain rot. But if you don't have, you know, something which is going to hinder your attention span, like just anyway, why would you do that to yourself? Because that's only going to kind
Yeah.
of detriment it more. And
I think we're too comfortable being
yeah.
lazy.
absolutely.
I've stopped Uber Eatsing.
That's excellent.
I'm collecting food,
Yeah,
which has stopped me ordering a lot.
that is,
I did
Yeah.
crack once. I did have to order Cheeky Popeyes one night, but that's because it was too far.
Yeah. fair. I've gotten in a real habit of Deliverooing myself Joe and the Juice.
That's terrible, Summer.
I know.
That's actually
I know. But it's great. But it's not.
But like,
But I yeah.
we're not the laziest, but like we are a bit lazy as a society.
Yes.
Like, I was Ubering to
yeah.
campus. I did Uber to campus one point
Yeah.
last year.
And that was a 10-minute.
that's a
drive?
15-minute ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's what I'm gonna. I'm
But
just
you
gonna
were
leave
just
that there.
so academically driven that you didn't want to be late.
To
your
be
lecture,
to be
and
honest, I
that's
was
fine.
not gonna make that lecture. There was no way in hell I was making
Yeah.
that lecture. So I did what I had to do.
Yeah. I've Ubered to work many a time.
That's fair. But then you're making
No.
it back.
Yeah. And that's what I tell myself. But,
Yeah. Because for me, I was like, we're going off on a tangent again.
Yeah.
Right. Focus back to books.
Yes.
And reading. What's your number
Okay.
4?
I mean, this isn't gonna feel like a flawless segue now because we've just gone on a massive tangent, but it would have done. On the topic of essayists who write novels,
Mm-hmm.
as you were saying about George Orwell, I really like Spy in the House of Love by Anais Nin, which I hope is how you pronounce that. I think it is. Hopefully.
I'm gonna let you
Yeah.
pronounce it like that. I love the
Um,
pronouncing, please.
Yeah, so she was a writer kind of in the 50s, I believe. And it's a semi-autobiographical novel, which she took a lot of inspiration from her like secret diaries that she wrote. Which are kind of it's about this heroine, she's called Sabina, and she's really divided between kind of this artistic drive for kind of like sexual expression, but also social restrictions and kind of attachment kind of qualms. And yeah, it's again something that really resonated with me. Yeah.
That sounds very
It's great.
reasonable. That resonates with me.
Yeah.
I haven't read it though, but this is just gonna be
Yeah.
a to read list for me
Yes.
this episode,
Fantastic.
on top of
Me too.
everything else we already
Yes.
have to read.
But yeah, I think there's once again definitely something to be said about enjoying things that make you feel seen. And I don't know, is that a good thing? Perhaps not.
But I feel like that's the point of writing, because sometimes when I
No,
write things on my
absolutely.
Substack and people message me, they're like, "Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
happy. Like you also feel like this."
No, absolutely.
Like that makes me feel a lot better. Like it makes me
Yeah.
feel like I'm not just mindlessly like
Yeah.
yapping away into the air.
Yeah. For sure.
So I think it is really important for people to feel seen through
Yeah.
literature,
Absolutely.
through any media, honestly.
No, absolutely. But I think through literature you get a different kind of emotional connection that you don't really receive through any other form. Because I suppose it feels more private than something like film.
Yeah.
Or social media, and it feels more like you're reading something for yourself. Especially if it's something you relate to.
That's actually a really good
Yeah.
way of putting it, because like when I'm reading as
Yeah.
well, I start to like think my own thoughts based on what
Yeah.
I'm reading.
But you have no input from anyone else or any kind of
Yeah, so it does feel
Yeah.
like I'm just having a chat with myself.
and I love that. But on the flip side, I think a large part of my enjoyment of this degree is what it makes me read that I just would never have thought to pick up. Like,
There are some
Yeah.
books that I'm like, oh my god, why are we reading this?
absolutely.
Like,
Daniel Defoe. Sorry.
yeah. Well, I didn't read that one, I'm gonna be honest.
Well,
But that's because my books, okay, so
I did.
World of Books, like
was
some of my
something.
books didn't come.
Yeah.
And I ordered like a humongous batch.
Yeah.
And so I've had to reorder them, and then
Yeah.
they came to my house on Friday. Wasn't there.
Nice.
Because they didn't tell me they were coming, and then now I can only get them on Monday. And Monday is when we have our next
Great.
lecture on
Yeah.
one of them books. So
Yeah. But I think
sorry, tangent, annoyance
No.
to the side.
not at all.
I
But I
had this
think-
one
yeah.
called Dombey and Son that I had to read
Mhm.
for Victorians. It's 1,000 pages. I did not read more than
Yeah.
100. I'm so sorry. I tried it for 100. I listened to the audiobook for the
Fair
rest.
enough.
And like I listened to 3 out of the 4 parts on audiobook. But like I really tried so hard, but for
Yeah.
me to put a book down,
Yeah. Saying something.
it's bad.
Yeah.
And it's not that it was a bad book per se, but Dickens specifically wrote by in very small chapters that were meant
Yeah.
to be like digestible on a tube or like on
Yeah.
the bus or in the morning, blah
Yeah.
blah blah. Not to be read all in one go. Like this was meant to be read over years.
No, 100%.
Not over 2
And
weeks.
also, he got paid by chapter.
Yeah.
Hence why the man clearly had a lot to say.
Yeah.
Because he was making
Literally. But so many
Yeah.
writers, sometimes I'm looking at them and I'm like, are you getting paid by, what are you getting paid by? Is it the
Yeah.
line? Is it the quotations? Like, is it
Because-
the chapter, the words?
Yeah.
Because you can tell sometimes if someone's just lines
Yeah. 100%.
and it's like, so you just want bang.
Yeah. Like, very rarely I will have quite minimal interest in hearing someone, in reading someone write for 30, 40, 50 pages about, I don't know, a scarf.
Yeah.
Like,
Sometimes I
Yeah.
think the problem is that we don't journal enough
Yeah.
as we should.
I
And
think
I don't
so.
think men journal enough.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, then we have to just read it. Like,
Yeah.
Defoe
Yeah.
basically just wrote all of Roxanne as he went along,
Yeah.
from what I've heard.
Yeah. No, for
Um,
sure.
and
But also the novel was a form popularized by the female race.
that's true.
So,
That is true.
go women.
But I will say that there's some books that like I really
Yeah.
do struggle to read, and
Yeah.
you know what? If you've read, excellent grammar, Laura. If you've read 100 pages of a book, you've given it a try.
Yeah.
Because that is usually half of a book.
100%. Yeah.
So then you've given it a try. If after 100 pages you're like, I actually cannot read this, do not torture yourself.
Yeah.
You do not need to read every single thing in the world
No.
ever.
No.
Which I need
agree.
to tell myself sometimes.
I agree. You sound like Rory Gilmore.
Rory Gilmore would have read it.
Yeah? No.
Rory
no, no,
Gilmore
no.
would have gone through the
Have you-
entire thing in 2
Have
minutes.
you watched Gilmore Girls?
Of course.
Yes. You know the episode where she visits Harvard and she's like, this library has like 3 million books. How am I going to read them all? And then Lorelai's like, but you don't have to read them all. Like,
But you do.
what is it? I don't know. She says like a specific one. She's like, you can skip that. And there are certainly things that you can skip.
Definitely. Such as
your...
unfortunately Dombey and Son. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
My professor's very interesting, so like it's nothing to do
Yeah.
with him. It's just I actually could not stomach that book.
Yeah.
And I think he could tell that I would.
Yeah. But I think...
I have an
Yeah.
important Sylvia Plath to interject here,
Okay,
which is actually my favorites because I do think about this a lot.
please.
I can never read all the books I want. I can never be all the
That
people I
quote.
want and live all the lives I want. I can never train myself in all the skills I want. And why do I want? I want to live all the shades, tones, and variations of mental and physical experience possible in my life, and I'm horribly limited.
Real.
She gets it. She
Real.
gets it.
I honestly...
Sylvia
I
gets it.
had that quote in my head and I'm so glad you found it because...
Oh, it took me about... I'm
Yeah.
always thinking about Sylvia Plath.
Yeah, just... fantastic quote.
Did you have a book last year that you really didn't enjoy reading
Um...
that you can think of?
Off the top of my head, not particularly.
You liked The Fairy Queen.
I
Summer did not.
I didn't dislike the Fairy Queen.
Do you like as much as me?
No.
Impossible.
No.
I'm obsessed with that book.
Okay. No, I mean, yeah, not my favorite,
Mm-hmm.
but I can understand. I respect it.
It's just so
Not
full
for
of
me,
whimsy.
but I respect
It's
it.
full of whimsy, and I love that.
Yeah,
I think we need to be more whimsical in our,
yeah,
literature these days.
I agree. Yeah,
I didn't love Portrait of an Artist as a young man.
I quite liked that. I didn't finish it, but I liked it.
I don't love Joyce. I can't. As a
You're right,
Dubliner, this
you're
was very
right.
embarrassing.
Oh.
I love the Dubliners. Love
Yeah.
that. Did not like Portrait of an Artist. Don't know if I'm ever going to manage to read Ulysses. Probably will
Yeah.
have to read Ulysses
Yeah,
eventually. I am doing
Um,
Irish Lit next sem.
yeah,
So that's fun for me.
that's so much
But
fun.
I think, no, actually, I think there's a
Yeah.
separate module on just Ulysses. That's
Okay,
how
that's
chunky
quite
it
nice.
is. Bloomsday and everything, and like
Yeah.
how,
Mhm.
that's the most I'm gonna get to Joyce is listening to
Yeah.
the Fontaine song.
Yeah,
Don't
Fair.
love him, so sorry.
fair.
Yeah. This is a very controversial opinion.
No. Have you
Oscar
got?
Wilde, my king.
Oh, are you on the Wild Times class?
No, because I get
Sucks.
less choices than you guys, because I'm missing one out.
Oh, come to my
For
lecture.
context, I do English and film, and Summer
And
does
I
pure
just do English.
So I do have a module less,
Yeah,
which is very sad, because I wanted to do like
But-
a million modules more.
Yeah,
But
no,
they
same.
kept saying no.
but we are horribly limited.
We are horribly limited. It
Oh
all
my
goes back to
God.
Sylvia
It all
Plath.
goes back to
It
Sylvia
goes
Plath.
full circle, the invisible string, and it's always all roads lead to Sylvia Plath.
It's not Rome. It's Sylvia
It's
Plath.
Sylvia Plath. In case you weren't aware.
Yeah.
Shall we get back to books? This is my last pick. Is it yours as well?
Yes.
we did rush through the beginning of this
Yeah.
because, like, we just get so
Yeah.
excited
Yeah,
to talk about books.
we were.
But we will still be able to find books to talk about, I'm
Mhm.
sure, after this one. Do you want to go or shall I go?
You go, please.
So my final book that I've read, just to switch it up a bit, it's a nonfiction book. It's called The Body Keeps the Score by Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, and it was released in 2014. And the blurb is Trauma is a fact of life. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, one of the world's foremost experts on trauma, has spent over 3 decades working with survivors. In The Body Keeps the Score, he uses recent scientific advances to show how trauma literally reshapes both body and brain, compromising sufferers' capacities for pleasure, engagement, self-control, and trust. He explores innovative treatments that offer new paths to recovery by activating the brain's natural neuroplasticity. Oh my god, these words. Based on Dr. van der Kolk's own research and that of other leading specialists, The Body Keeps the Score exposes the tremendous power of our relationships both to hurt and to heal, and offers new hope for reclaiming lives. That was a chunky description.
Chunky.
I adored that book. I read it 2 summers ago, and it is quite big, but it's very easy to read because it's
Yeah.
kind of just case studies in a sense.
Yeah.
And it is somewhat scientific, but like a digestible scientific, not like a
Mhm.
Stephen Hawking scientific, because I tried
Yeah.
reading that, couldn't get through it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it goes again back to what we were saying about being seen, that like I did have very bad PTSD for a few years,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
having to go through all that treatment and then having somebody recommend this book to me, it just kind of all clicked, and it is
Yeah.
crazy like how you can do a lot
Yeah.
of mental work, but then your body still
Yeah.
holds on to a lot. So I thought that was really interesting, and I'm also very spiritual, so that kind
Yeah.
of added to it for that, and it kind of
For sure.
got me into more like things like
Yeah.
meditating and, Pilates, which
Yeah.
is because I just don't love
Pilates
yoga.
princess.
Yeah.
As you should be.
But yeah, just the importance of movement
Yeah.
and stuff for the body in order to keep like a
Yeah.
good mental state, which sounds so
Yeah.
overrated, but is so, so, so true.
Yeah.
Constantly so true. So
Well
yeah,
said.
I think
Very, very well
if
put.
there's a book everyone should read in their life, it's this book.
Yeah.
And I genuinely believe that. Like, I
Yeah.
have given copies out to many people,
Yeah.
and in a sense, like, they're like, oh my god, I'm
Yeah.
kind of offended, and you should not be offended, but I am concerned for you, and you are getting
Yeah.
this book, and it will help you out as it helped me
Yeah.
out. So
Nice.
Yeah. I give it with love, not with judgment.
Yeah. Nice.
So that's my top 5 books.
Sick. My fifth choice is a book I read a couple years back, I
Mhm.
feel, and since lent it to 3 people, bought it for 2 other people, and now I don't know where my own copy is because of that. But that's fine. It's called I Who Have Never Known Men by
Oh.
Jacqueline Hartman.
Yeah. I've heard of this one. It's been on my to read
Honestly,
for a while.
phenomenal. I would give you my copy if I had it. But I was so
I appreciate that
enthusiastic
sentiment.
about
I
it.
know that truly means
Yeah.
a lot.
I mean, the title tells you a lot about it. It's kind of set in this kind of post-apocalyptic world.
Mhm.
There are these 30 or so women that live in this bunker underground. There are these male guards that they have no real relationship with. They just kind of, put food through this door, and that is the extent of their relationship. And then one day, an alarm goes off, and the guards are just disappeared, and the door's unlocked. And they go out and they navigate this kind of barren world without any men. And it's kind of just all about how female relationships digress and exist in a world where you're not doing anything for the male gaze because you don't know how or what that is. Yeah, and
That's really interesting.
so good. So good.
Can I say something really unserious?
Yes.
Have you ever watched Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt on Netflix? This is basically like the start of the plot, and basically they're
I
all
feel
in
like
a.
I was being very.
That was no,
I
but
was really emotional
that's
about
why I
that.
said unserious because
Okay.
because they're also all in a bunker and they
Yeah.
kind of like were kidnapped when they were super young.
Yeah.
So it's these women who kind of leave not only without like the male gaze but also without any like
Yeah.
societal input whatsoever.
Yeah.
So it's about this girl. It's kind of this idea like tabula rasa vibes that
Mhm.
you just go out into the world and just don't
Yeah.
know how anything functions. And I think that's a really cool concept in general. Sorry for being so
No.
sorry for my unseriosity. Let's go back to the book.
No, I mean, I think to be honest, that's all a fantastic read. I can't recommend it enough. If there's one thing that I recommend to people, it's that book. Like,
That
hands
makes-
down.
That makes sense.
So
Should we just go
good.
through our list really quickly again?
Yeah.
Just to remind everyone what
Yeah.
our 5 were because we have talked about a lot of books.
Yes.
So my number 1 is The Bell Jar. My second is An Abundance of Catherines. Antigone and Antigone Undone must be read back to back.
Yeah.
And Books versus Cigarettes. And finally, The Body Keeps the Score.
Nice. My 5. First one was also The Bell Jar.
Makes sense.
Second one was Au revoir, Tristesse, Lessons in Happiness from French Literature. Third was Slouching Towards Bethlehem. My fourth was Spy in the House of Love. Fantastic. And then my fifth was I Who Have Never Known Men.
Which
Yeah.
sounds really good. Did you ever have a book when you like that you think of now and you're like, okay, this is when I started like wanting to read?
Harry Potter.
That's really fair because that was
Yeah.
mine as well. Mine was the Hunger
I-
Games, but it was like Harry Potter, Hunger
Yeah.
Games adjacent.
I was a very... Yeah, I just got very fixated on things as a kid. And I
Mhm.
read that series 7 times back to back.
That makes
As
sense.
in, I read it, and I finished the Deathly Hallows, and then I was like, oh, what shall I read now? Philosopher's Stone. Again. Yeah.
As you should.
Yeah.
That's me with Twilight,
Any
and that's
any
not a problem
trivia
at all.
test on Harry Potter, I am fairly confident that I would absolutely nail.
I'm gonna check this out next
Is
time.
there a level of embarrassment there? Yes. But
It will next Trivial Pursuit night. I'm just making
Oh my
cards
God,
just with
please.
Harry Potter questions for
Please.
you. I want to see this in action.
I don't know if you do.
I think I do.
Scary
I
sight.
think I do.
Okay.
I I also read them all, but then I read the 4th book in Italian, so I was
Yeah.
so thrown off, and it was like
Yeah.
right in the middle of the series when everything gets really serious. What was it? Goblet of Fire.
Yeah.
And it was very, very confusing. It was very confusing. To read that.
Fair.
Yeah. But it's okay. It was just because the names were different.
What?
All the character names were completely different. Like they weren't direct
Yeah.
translations. They were like fully just
Oh,
made up
sure.
names.
Yeah.
So
I
like
think-
Dumbledore wasn't called Dumbledore.
Yeah.
He was called like something else that I forgot.
Bumblebee. There's a language in which Dumbledore became Bumblebee. because
No,
of
he's
the
not
translation.
Bumblebee.
But that is a thing. And then I think it was in Spanish that Neville didn't have a toad, he had a turtle.
That would make sense.
It would make sense.
What was he called? He was called Albus, I think. Albus Silente, like Silent Albus.
Silent Albus.
Silent Albus was the name of
Sounds like
Dumbledore
a
in
horror
Italian.
movie.
Do you see why I, as a child, was confused?
Yes.
And then I also had it spoiled. I had a
Aw.
Dobby bit spoiled to me. If you know, you know.
No, I think I was like 7 years old. And I was just reading in my bed before dinner. And I read the bit where Dumbledore died. And then I just went down to dinner, sat at the table for maybe 5 minutes, and then I just started crying. My
That's
mum was
so
like,
valid.
My mum was like, Summer, what the fuck happened? Dumbledore died.
That's so valid.
Yeah.
Because I would do the same thing and I'd go downstairs and I'd be like, I was distraught for many days
Yeah.
because I read the Divergent series.
Yeah.
And spoiler if you haven't read it already, but in the last book, the protagonist dies.
I've never read
And
it.
so the afterword is
I
like
haven't watched it either. Actually.
Theo James, his character.
Theo James dies?
No, not Theo James. The
Oh,
afterword is
no.
Theo James's character talking about Shailene Woodley's character.
Is that the guy called Four?
Yeah, for and like I think her name's
Oh,
Triss
okay.
or something.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
kind of forgotten now. But anyway, she dies and I like actually wrote the
Oh.
author a strongly worded letter and I never sent it.
Uh-huh.
But I was
No way.
so angry.
Yeah.
I was so
Fair.
mad.
Yeah.
I did also have a period where I thought I was Katniss Everdeen and only
Nice.
had a braid and my like Nerf.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I was a bit of a freak
Fair.
child. That's okay.
Yeah. I think I was a Katniss for World Book Day at some point or another. Did you ever have World Book Day?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I was, you know
Um,
Geronimo Stilton, like the mouse?
no. What?
I was a mouse.
You were a mouse?
I was a
That's
mouse.
cute. Yeah.
It's like a kids' book series in
Can
Italy.
Can we bring World Book Day to universities?
I think it's still, yeah,
Please.
it's still a thing in the world, but just not
No,
in
yeah,
our
my
world.
little sisters do it all the time. I want to do it. It's like in March.
Who would you dress up as right now?
I mean, none of my characters have very distinct costumes. Maybe, I don't know.
I'd so be like a
Fairy
Kathy.
Queen.
You'd be the fairy queen.
I would be the Fairy Queen.
Oh, I'd want to be Kathy from Wuthering Heights, like just run around
Yeah.
like
Oh God.
in a big dress and like run onto a
Yeah.
cliff and like just look
Yeah.
out. Well, she doesn't run onto a cliff really, but like look out to the moors and blah blah blah,
Yeah.
yada yada yada, so on and so forth. We should
I'm-
definitely go
Yeah.
to the Brontes.
Please. I actually watched a play.
Why do I want to say ends? The Brontes
The
ends.
Brontes End.
I don't know how else to put it. The area they lived. We definitely need to do more trips
Yes.
this year because I've been.
100%.
Where have I been dying to go?
Canterbury.
I've been dying to go to Canterbury.
I worry that you might. No, we'll have fun and we'll go.
I
It'll be a great
want to
time.
see where the tales were told because I used to live in
Yeah.
Southwark and the Southwark Tavern was kind of like my local Sunday roast situation.
Yeah.
And the Canterbury Tales start in the Southwark Tavern and end in Canterbury.
That's pretty cool.
So because I've had a
Yeah.
roast in the Southwark Tavern, I want to have a roast in Canterbury as well. We can go again.
Let's go for a roast.
We could go. We could low-key have a roast.
Yeah.
And then the week after go.
Yeah.
To Canterbury and have a roast in
Sick.
Canterbury. I'm
Sick.
so down.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a live episode
Can
from
I-
Canterbury
Yeah.
discussing
That'd be a
the
great time.
tales.
Yeah. Emerald Fennel.
Don't
No.
start. Don't start.
Alright, what are your thoughts on Emerald Fennel's Wuthering Heights?
My thoughts are that in February you will all be receiving a very fun episode of us discussing
Yes.
Wuthering Heights after seeing the film, and me either being
Yeah.
being very passionate regardless of the outcome. I'm trying not to anger myself, but I'm hoping that it's I've seen a theory that it's like that Margot Robbie isn't actually Kathy, but she places herself in the position of Kathy.
Okay.
Like she's a reader who thinks she's Kathy, and that's why
I see.
Jacob Elordi is
I
Jacob
see.
Elordi. Why Jacob Elordi is
And-
Heathcliff, sorry.
That would make sense. And also the speech marks in the title.
Yeah.
I think.
No,
I
I
am
think that's
intrigued.
just like old movie kind of vibes.
Yeah, maybe. But also,
But maybe we should be reading into this too much. This is our
I've seen a lot of people getting
livelihood.
into what the quotation marks might mean
yeah.
for the trajectory of the film. I'm intrigued.
I'm very
Yeah.
intrigued. February 14th, we're sat.
Oh, that's Valentine's Day.
We'll we'll be sat together in
Yeah.
the cinema.
Yeah. Cool. Closing notes?
I also had thought of like in thinking about my favorite books, I'd rediscovered my least favorite book that I've ever read,
Yes.
and
I have. Yes.
that is Norwegian Wood, by Haruki Murakami, and I'm gonna read out the blurb because I actually just don't want to explain this. Toru, a quiet and preternaturally serious college student in Tokyo, is devoted to Naoko, a beautiful and introspective young woman. Their mutual passion is marked by the tragic death of their best friend years before. Toru begins to adapt to campus life and the loneliness and isolation he faces there, but Naoko finds the pressure and responsibilities of life unbearable. As she retreats further into her own world, Toru finds himself reaching out to others and drawn to a fiercely independent and sexually liberated young woman. It is not a magnificent blending of the music, the mood, and the ethos that was the 60s, with the story of one college student's romantic coming of age. It's not romantic, let me tell you that. Norwegian Wood is not brilliant, and it does not recapture a young man's first hopeless and heroic love. I hate this book. I hate this book because this is a boobily breasted down the stairs kind of book. Do you know what I
I'm
mean?
just gonna let you talk. I feel that
Have you read this?
I have not.
Okay, so you know those like male writers who write
Yes.
women, and it's like they're always like naked
Yes.
and they're always talking about their nipples.
Yes.
That's what the book was like. And
Yes.
it was so this like there was so much sex in it, and it was so disgusting
Yeah.
that it like felt like really
Yeah.
like I'm not saying I'm against smut. Like if you want to read that, you
Yeah.
go read that. That's not my thing, but like you go ahead, 50 Shades
Yeah.
of Grey, very important
No
book for
disrespect.
feminism.
Yeah.
And for,
The downfall of the Ellen Show.
and the downfall of
Anyway,
the Ellen Show.
That's another.
Thank you, Stephanie Meyer, for that
Yeah.
one. But
Yeah.
we're not gonna
Thank you,
explain.
My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, and
Anyway,
what happened before
moving
that
on.
that we're not gonna mention.
Yeah.
But this book was just really gross, and it was kind of like a guy preying on this very vulnerable young
Yeah.
girl and completely disposing of another woman
Yeah.
while doing that. And this guy once told me that this was his favorite book, and I just thought that was so like sweet and romantic when I heard that.
Yeah.
Because everybody on Book Talk was like, you have to read this book, it's so good, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then I
Oh,
read
Book
it,
Talk.
and I realized that that man is
Yeah.
a freak. Like,
Yeah.
I did not speak to that man again, because what do you
Yeah.
mean this is your favorite book? This is disgusting.
Yeah.
This is very predatory.
It's like when a guy says his favorite book is Bukowski, and you're just like,
Oh.
oh.
Run away.
Okay.
Run far away. Because if you do like
Yeah.
Bukowski, like, you're not gonna be weird about it.
Yeah.
Or like the men are like, my favorite book is American Psycho, and it's like, did
Yeah.
you read? Did you read?
But it's a parody. No one understands it's a
They're
parody. It's a
making fun of
mockery.
you. They are making fun of
They're
you.
laughing at you, not with you.
Yeah.
Don't be
I think
Patrick
Bret
Bateman.
Easton Ellis is gay, actually.
Yeah.
I think that's what I was gonna say. Gay man, lesbian woman.
Yeah.
Or just
That-
at least a woman.
yeah.
She is a woman, the film director. So we are laughing at you.
Funny.
Sorry,
Yeah.
rant over.
Yeah.
I really
No, I think-
passionately dislike Norwegian Wood.
I think something we should touch on next episode perhaps is gender as written by men and women. Like how is femininity kind of constructed by a male writer versus how is femininity self-written,
Definitely.
and then vice versa.
Definitely. Like even this week
Because,
we read
yeah.
Phantomina for
Yeah.
one of our classes, by Eliza Haywood.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically like a novella. It's like how much? 60, 70 pages, I think.
Something. Yeah.
And it's about this woman who like deceives this one man.
Yeah.
But the way that she was written was very different than the way Roxana was written from what
Yeah.
I've read, in the close reading stuff. And like I just think that the same kind of idea but written so differently, like it really does
Yeah.
show the
For
difference
sure.
between Defoe and like Haywood, like being
Yeah.
male and female writer. I don't think
agree.
Defoe actually did Roxana that dirty, from what I've read,
No,
but I think
No, I mean I didn't finish it.
I
be
think
perfectly
Haywood was a
honest.
bit more
Yeah.
like lighthearted with it.
Yeah.
Like not everything is always that deep.
Yeah. I think there was a certain level of humor and wit
Yeah.
to Haywood
Definitely.
that I didn't necessarily see in Defoe.
Yeah.
But-
No, I definitely agree.
Yeah.
And yeah, in general, I really find it hard sometimes to connect with like male coming of age stories
Yeah.
because I have read.
Catcher in the Rye.
Don't get me started on Catcher in the Rye. Don't get me. I was thinking today. I was like,
No.
do I hate Norwegian Wood or The Catcher in the Rye more? And I also really dislike The Catcher in the Rye.
Yeah.
But I still have read it, and
Yeah.
this
Same.
doesn't mean that I don't like them because I love John Green's
Yeah.
books,
Yeah.
and they're basically all from. They're actually
Yeah.
all from a man's perspective, except
Yeah.
The Fault in Our Stars. So, no issue with those whatsoever. But like, there's just something about like people being like, this is a coming of age story about a young boy discovering love, and it's like he hired a prostitute in New York. That is
Yeah.
what he did.
Yeah.
He slept on a bench.
Yeah.
And he hired a prostitute. Is this something relatable to me? Unfortunately, no.
No.
Sorry, I would never experience this. I'm
Yeah.
not that sad about it, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I feel. That's how I feel.
And I think that's a very, very valid take.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel very validated by that.
Excellent.
Thank you, Summer.
Um.
I do think we have yapped enough for now.
Yes.
I think it might be time to be over. This is a bit of an
Yeah.
all over the place podcast, but I think it went
Yes.
quite well for our first one.
Aside from the original, the technical difficulties we were having at the beginning,
I think it's okay.
sound will be better next week.
Hopefully.
It should everything go well.
And we should have some kind of train of thought.
Yes.
We don't
More of
know
a plan.
yet what we want next week to be. So we will announce
Yes.
that next week when you listen again. But we
Fantastic.
will figure out some kind of routine.
Yeah.
I think we just need to get our first one done, and now
Yeah.
the ball's rolling.
Cool.
But yeah, check us out on Instagram. It's Girls Who Cried Wolf pod. And if you want to leave us a comment or message us or tell us what you thought, or
Yeah.
give us a book recommendation to review, we would love, love,
Yeah.
love to hear.
Or guest star.
Or guest star if you'd like. If you have thoughts and opinions,
And
welcome
you
to
need
the
an
club.
outlet, please.
Hit us up.
Yeah.
So bye for
Cool.
now. Thank you so much, everyone, for
Thank
listening.
you for tuning in.
Bye bye.
Bye.